Luis here. You guys still around?
Well, I wanted to go home, but Ashley just had to see this castle first.
Perfect, because I have a present I want to give you. Medicine that will help to suppress the progress of your problem.
Where do we go?
Let's see. Come to the courtyard inside of the castle. We can meet up there. Ciao.
All right, Ashley. Luis just said.
I got it.
What's up, you guys? This is One Classic Gamer here. Welcome back to some more RE4 Remake Professional S+. We're doing Chapter 7 here, and this might very well be the longest chapter in the game on this particular run, just because there's a lot of sections that we really don't want to rush through here in this chapter in particular, because if you do, it could literally mean your death at any moment. So the last section of this chapter is honestly like the biggest test of like your resilience and what items you use, when you use them, what you keep, what you craft, all that sort of stuff. It's gonna come into play. This chapter really is going to test us, basically, is what I'm trying to say. The beginning of this chapter isn't so bad. It really isn't that bad, in my opinion, until you get to the water room, which everyone who has played this game or played the original knows about the water room. You know what the water room is, and you know that the water room fucking sucks. So, yeah, this first part, like I said, is really easy, and I'm going to do everything I usually do to walk you guys through it as smoothly as possible.
Huh. Courtyard's gotta be through that gate. Don't think our hosts are gonna roll out the red carpet. What is that? Guessing it's not for decoration. Crossbows, huh? Something tells me they don't want to be friends. Things just keep getting better.
Alright, and with that, we're going to basically just get a move on, and we're going to make sure we have a flashbang equipped, because we're going to have a new enemy variant coming up right now. It's another variant of, like, the mutated enemy, but this time around, it's these guys right here that can pretty much insta-kill you if you let them get near you. So this guy always drops a boot knife, so loot his body. Extra knives are always handy, especially in the upcoming section of this chapter, where we're fighting the Garrador for the first time. So, equip the sniper rifle. There is a medallion here. I'm still doing some of the quests and the treasures. About halfway through, I think in the next chapter, I'm finally going to just give up on the treasure hunting, because I was at about like 2 hours and 52 minutes by the time I beat this chapter. So to say I was cutting it close in the end would be a wild understatement. But yeah, I was definitely cutting it close with this chapter in particular. I mean, I wasted a lot of time, which forced me to figure out ways to get through the later parts of the game quicker. Yeah, I mean, my performance definitely gets a lot better, though, I would say, in this chapter in particular. I think probably because what you guys are watching right now, like, I was about, like, mid-recording sesh here when on this attempt, and, I think this is, you know, I might be mistaken, but I think this is one of the last times in the game, like, the next couple of chapters coming up is one of the last times in the game where I actually went back a couple saves and redid. Sorry, we got the catapult. I forgot all about this. Forgot all about the freaking catapult. Whatever, I don't care. There's no dialogue during that scene, but yeah, I literally had to redo several saves worth just to see if I could make it through, like, these sections quicker. And I think the upcoming chapter, like chapter 8 or 9, is when I, like, did that for the last time, basically, which means that every other save after that was, like, I mean, it was obviously based off of all the other times that I failed and the experience I gained. There's always a random guy that grabs Ashley here, so be aware for that guy. There's only 2 enemies in this like spot right here, but yeah, what I was saying is I basically, stopped restarting the game at this point, which meant that every single, hour that I spent after this was genuine, just me trying to get through the rest of the game. And I think the castle is probably the worst in terms of difficulty, because there are several sections in this part of the game that are brutal. So yeah, we're going to shoot this medallion here. Most of these catapults, you can take them out. We're actually going to take the one out right in front of us, like once the smoke clears, and I get a shot lined up. This guy, I wasted about a minute trying to hit this barrel from here, but you're not really supposed to hit it from here. You're supposed to hit it from somewhere else. So at this point, you can jump down, and yeah, I'm going to walk you guys through this part as best as I can, basically without... really taking... My way involves taking less risks. I took out a lot of the enemies just through sniping here, and you only need to use the catapult on the door, technically. You can actually take a majority of the enemies out by the time you get to the not the catapult, the cannon. You can pretty much shoot the door down and proceed on with the rest of the chapter. So as soon as you climb up the ladder here, this is when you want to shoot this barrel. Don't worry, it's not going to hit you, or you're not that close to it, unless you're standing right there, which, why? But the last barrel here, we can actually destroy shooting it from here. You can also shoot it from that little building structure we were in earlier, where that one guy became mutated. You can actually shoot the barrel from there too, but I just decided to shoot it from here. At this point, we've cleared a majority of the enemies out. I think there's only like 3 or 4 left, and we've pretty much cleared the area out, which means as soon as we shoot the door down with the cannon, we can get a move on and continue with the rest of this. So, hop on this cannon and, yeah, shoot that door. You might have to shoot one other stray guy. I did, but it's fine. And like I said, there are parts of this game where, you're going to want to take your time, but also rush it at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like, this entire section I cleared in about 5 minutes. So, I think if you can do it in like 5 minutes or less, you should be fine. We're at about, I think, 2:20 now with our game time. I always pause and hit the button so fast that I can't catch it or see where I'm at with my game time. But yeah, we are inside the castle now, baby. This is quite the section, but we got a cutscene cinematic coming up right now. I didn't mean to do the tongue smacking again, but yeah, we're about to meet Ramon. So loot every vase you can here, and run up these stairs when you are ready to proceed.
A most warm welcome to my castle. Such a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance, Mr. Kennedy.
Who the hell are you?
Me? Oh, please, call me Ramon, and allow me to get straight to the point. I would like you to hand the girl there over to me. Now.
Yeah, fat chance, Ramon. The girl's just fine. With me.
Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kennedy. How novel. Nonetheless, you see, the girl must be ours. With a girl as the very source, your United States and then the entire world shall overflow with his grace. For that is the iron will of my master, the most holy, Lord Sadler. So then, you will comply, yes?
Never!
You heard the lady.
How unfortunate. Do make sure our guest feels at home, now that he has chosen death.
Leon?
Just stay close.
Alright, so this first encounter is a piece of cake. He only throws like 4 enemies at you, and they're all shield guys. The most important thing is to be as aggressive as possible with the shotgun. Again, like with the other shotgun, this one isn't as upgraded yet. But with this one, you can, just like the other shotgun, if you aim high, you can usually kill them. So that's an example right there, and another example right there, and I killed 3 guys right there with the shotgun. So do you guys believe me yet? Use the shotgun, okay? So, yeah, once you take out all these enemies, you should be fine. They're not gonna, like, mutate or anything like that. When I'm searching this area, I usually start in the corner here, and I kind of go around the room in, like, a circular, like, pattern, because we're gonna have to boost Ashley up, and the way we're actually supposed to go is, like, behind us, so... try to end the fight in like the corner of the room and then run around the room in like a clockwise fashion. If you're doing this, I do think that is a slightly quicker way to open up vases and crates by knifing them like that. I don't know how much time you save. It probably saves like, I don't know, like a millisecond or something, but with, excuse me, shit, fuck. I was trying not to cough, but I didn't make it. If you, fuck, now I forgot what I was saying. I literally cramped my own style there for unintentionally. But, fuck, man, what am I saying? Oh, I think it only really saves, like, a split second when you do that, that whole animation, basically, but still, it's worth doing. We're at 227 right now, so we're doing fine. If you're still following me along, haven't learned from my mistakes, and are doing things the way I'm doing them, well, you're doing fine at this point. Just keep doing what I'm doing, and you'll make it through this, okay? Again, a lot of people take this game for granted, and no one really talks about how hard this game is on professional. It is really, really hard. There are even some YouTubers like Carcinogen that completely gave up on the game because it was too fucking hard. He does not like this game at all, so yeah. So we got the first Garrador fight. This fight is freaking intense. The first thing I always do here is I run and I kind of sit here in like the corner so that I can usually get like a free knife attack on him here. The important thing, I mean, he's going to be a lot more aggressive on this difficulty, so just be ready for that. He swings a lot more, he does a lot more random shit, and it is really, really annoying. The most important thing is not to miss, like I'm doing, and keep a distance from him as best as you can. I learned that even on this difficulty, if you're a certain distance away from him, he'll kind of start to like just roam around the room, and as long as you maintain your distance from him, he won't do any random shit like that. Like I said, this guy is a lot more aggressive and unpredictable and just, you know, spastic on this fucking difficulty because you never know what he's gonna fucking do. On easy, you can kill him a lot quicker, but on this, it just is a completely different ball game. So, you know, a lot of YouTubers, I got really frustrated. My entire experience playing through this game, this whole game, getting the S+ on professional, one, it taught me to love the hell out of this game and appreciate it for what it was, but also before that I got to that point, I was so mad and so angry. I mean, every day I was recording, failing, looking up videos on how to get through this, and most of the videos I was watching, either they were doing like Carcinogen was doing like a no damage S plus run, but he wasn't necessarily doing. No, he was doing a no damage professional run. He wasn't necessarily doing an S plus run. So all of his methods would have taken me too much time, and I would have not been able to get through this. Another YouTuber that I would watch was Neon Slice, but for a long time, you know, the only video of his that I could find on this game was his New Game Plus, where he was using like the Chicago Sweeper and all the unlimited ammo and like, you know, extra shit to like help him get through the game. And I didn't have that, so it was really hard to find videos helping me out on this stuff. And the videos that I did find were people who were like expert RE4 players who were doing this insane shit. So like replicating that was like just not likely to happen, you know. Although I did have a few moments, like I said earlier in this run, that I got to the point to where when I beat the castle section, I had like an hour left, so I had to legit study speedrun tactics to help me get through like the last like 3 or 4 chapters of the game, and I was able to do it. It was the island section is wild as well. The island section is like a real test. But yeah, we're pretty much done with this encounter. So we got some Magnum ammo there, and once you're done, you can move on once again, and we can relax for a little bit because there isn't much going on, but. The next encounter is going to be the water room, and we're going to be doing that in about 3 or 4 minutes or so, give or take. And it took me about like 16, 17 minutes to get through the water room. I did study a tactic on how to get through the water room on professional. Not really necessarily with the S Plus in mind, but like the safest way to do it. And clear all the enemies without having to worry about dying. So, I mean, I think I got a pretty decent strat coming up for you guys with that. But the rest of this is pretty much just puzzles, you know, and exploration. There is a treasure hanging up above us in this room, but it's just a silver coin. I collected a lot of unnecessary treasures, but like I said, that's going to change within the next, like, chapter or 2, probably, so... Yeah, here's the expanded map treasure. You can shoot it down if you want. I would like to see, you know, some YouTuber like get through this game on professional, get an S plus, 100% the game, and do all of the shooting range mini games. I feel like that would be insane to see that. You know, there is one YouTuber that I did study called Aether. And he does a lot of RE4 remake challenge runs. Like he does like permadeath, professional, S plus, 100%, all logs, everything, all the treasure, and he can get through the entire game without taking damage. And I'm just like, nope, I am never doing that. But there were a few strats that I had to study because, you know, he was like the closest YouTuber to like the run that I had, you know, up until that point, you know, where I was wasting a decent amount of time trying to get the treasures, but even he was doing it in a quicker time. So this entire game, dude, the entire 50 hours I was doing this, and like 3 weeks I spent on this, I was just like, man, am I gonna have enough time to fucking do this? Like, am I gonna have enough time in the end? And thankfully I did. But we got a Viper here. You don't have to kill it. I wasted a ton of ammo there trying to hit it because it's not easy to shoot a snake that's moving towards you. And we got a gold bangle here. A red herb. And now we're back out here again. So I don't really have much to say I don't really have that much commentary to offer to you guys with this particular section because it's easy as shit and there's nothing going on. I wish the game had more sections like this where there was nothing going on, to be honest, but you know, this game is literally just one hard part after another, after another, after another, after another, like all in a row sometimes. You know, and getting to a save in this game with a decent amount of time behind your back, you know, not wasted, is also not easy. But I'm going to stop talking about how hard this game is. I mean, I can't help it because the game is literally getting hard. As I'm watching this footage and editing these videos now, I'm literally thinking back to months ago when I was doing this and just like so obsessed with getting those trophies. But yeah, if you do everything in the order that I just did it in this section, you should be able to get through here no problem. And we do have another little cinematic coming up right now with Ramon, with some dialogue afterwards.
Salutations, Mr. Kennedy.
Are you ready to hand over the girl?
Not this guy again.
I'm taking the liberty of preparing some entertainment for you. Without further ado, the gallant knight protects the princess fair.
Alright, so I hope you guys are ready to lock in because we are going to go through probably one of the most annoying rooms in the game. I would say only rivaled by like the double Garrador room in chapter 10. This is the only other room. I mean, there's several rooms in this game that are really fucking hard to get through, but this this room in particular, the water room, is a bitch. So we're gonna drop our sixth save here. Sorry, my voice sucks right now. It always does. I don't know what my big deal is. Well, why I'm making a big deal about it. God. So, yeah, pretty much this is what I do. And I'm going to walk you guys through this as best as I can, step by step. As soon as I open up these doors, I usually pull the rifle out because there are two archer guys that you want to take out here. Shoot this guy in the head, and then shoot this guy in the head. This sniper rifle in particular will pop their heads most of the time if you get a dead-on shot on their head. It's not like the other sniper, which really sucks. Run up to where that lever is and then immediately start running back. The reason why we're doing that is because we're going to aggro the enemies, but we're going to run back and close this door, and then they are going to follow us through this door, and this is where we're going to take out like the first wave of enemies here. So, most people I saw, most guides I saw, and again, I'm telling you, this fucking drove me crazy. The fact that I was trying to do the run in this way, but most guides I saw had like the armor costume on Ashley, which when she's wearing that, like if the enemies pick her up, it's like she can like they can't do damage to her basically. They can't pick her up or carry her away actually. So I didn't have that luxury because I was doing a new game and I was trying to do this all genuinely, and I found that this room was the first real room that really tested me, and I got lucky here because Ashley started to get carried away there. If that guy hit me with that torch, I probably wouldn't have been able to catch up to her in time. So here's an example of some really bad RNG coming up. I got hit by one of the archers while I was shooting this guy, and it literally brought me to near death. So always have some herbs available in your inventory at all times. Always have a flash available. Do your best. I mean, there's some loot that is like permanent, and there's other loot that is just kind of random, I think, in this game. Like when some of the pots you smash, like the ammo, there's plenty of ammo in this room that is just lying around, but yeah, just grab what you can. Here I got lucky. I love when you do that, when they're running up to you and you pull your sniper out and headshot them and they fall over like right next to you. So this guy mutated into one of the tentacle guys, but I was able to take him out. And we got, I think, two archers to take out, or 4 potentially. I think there's 2 or 4. Yeah, there's one right here, and I got hit. So do your best not to get hit. The archers are really fucking annoying. The reason why you want to fight those guys in this area that I'm in right now earlier is because when you're trying to fight them in that room, obviously there's a lot. You're paying attention to the enemies you're fighting and the archers, and it's just too much to fucking pay attention to. So yeah, there's 4 of them here, and be quick, you know, with this, obviously. This gun doesn't have as much recoil, as you guys know if you've played this already, and you know that I forgot what this gun is called, to be honest, but this is one of my favorite weapons in the game, this sniper rifle. So next thing I usually do here, the enemies are clear up on the first floor. I run around the corner here and loot the area, and I try to shoot this guy. Sometimes you can kill that guy and he doesn't mutate. There are 3 guys downstairs that turn into those like insta-kill, like tentacle head guys. So basically we're gonna loot this area, and I think there's rifle ammo here, which is good for us because we need it, and resources. So I'm contemplating if I want to craft anything here, but I decide not to because, again, if you can save gunpowder, if you have a decent amount of ammo, just roll with what you got. You know, like wing it, honestly, and you'll get through this if you do it the way that I do it, in my opinion. Most of the time, I mean, you're gonna die and fail at this several times. So I chose to craft more rifle bullets there. Before I jump down here, I usually get these guys with the sniper. And like I said, 3 of them turn into like those giant tentacle head guys, and then the other one will just drop dead basically. So that's the guy that just drops dead. There's 2 of them, and there's 1 left. At this point, you can jump down. I got really lucky here and shot him right before he went behind the waterfall. Now what you're going to do is you're going to equip a flashbang, and we're basically going to wait until they're all like within view of, you know, where to the point where we could see all of them. And then we're going to chuck the flashbang. That's going to take them all out, and we're pretty much good here for now. So loot the area. Usually, I like to go in a circular pattern so that I'm like getting through it pretty quickly and not wasting as much time as I can. But I did spend about, I think, like I said, like 16, 17 minutes in this room alone. So there's a barrel behind us. I usually like to save it for this part coming up ahead. So when you're ready, grab the wheel, and this part is pretty annoying, but again, if you do what I do, you should be fine. So make sure you have a flashbang equipped. I like to have at least 1 flashbang in reserve for the last part of this room here. There is another vase right here, and gave me handgun ammo. As soon as you put this like wheel in, look to the left and take out this archer right here before, you know, she causes you problems. Take him out or her out. I couldn't see if what gender it was, the like monster was, okay? And then grab the shotgun, run all the way over here. There's a guy with a shield that's going to jump down. I like to take both of these guys out before I turn the wheel because, you know, the less enemies you have to worry about, the better, obviously. And he became one of the mutated guys, but I was really, really close to him, and I was able to knife him and put him down. So as soon as we spin the wheel, we're going to have a lot more enemies coming at us. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to use this area right here that we're in beneath us as like cover from the archers once again to take out the enemies so that we can then take out the archers. So run up like the stairs like midway, and you'll trigger these guys to start coming towards us. And yeah, I think there's like 5 or 6 of them here, to be honest. There's a lot of them, and a few of them become the mutated guys. A couple of them are the shield guys. Save your shotgun shells as best as you can. Like if you're running low on weapons here, just honestly what you should do is like switch to another weapon and find a way to take them out with another weapon. Make sure you're always keeping some ammo for each gun on reserve at all times. I tried to spray that tentacle head guy with the machine gun, but failed epically. But yeah, so I think there are like 3 or 4 left. I mean, there's a couple of them coming towards us right now. I always run back here near the barrel anyway in case they all like just start like, you know, charging at us. We have something we can use, but yeah, this is an example of if you shoot them in the tentacle, you can kill them just as fast. As you can see, I shot him in like 4 or 5 times and got him. There's another guy chilling by the stairs here, so we're going to take him out. Like I said, make sure you clear these guys out before you go upstairs, because we got, I think, 2 more archers. We got an archer up here and an archer over there in the back. This guy grabbed Ashley, but that's okay because it's a free kill for us. So I think we got 2 left, or 1 left actually. Yeah, this guy. And once you take care of all the enemies, you can make a run for the upstairs and just be careful not to get hit. I was waiting there to see if that guy would drop anything, but he didn't for some weird reason. And this is the last archer enemy up here. So once you take this guy out, then you're pretty much clear for now. And now we're on to the last part of the chapter, which is really, really hard. Easily the hardest part in the game and the most annoying part, and the reason why I hate Ashley so much. I mean, I'm going to have a good amount of fails here. I'm really excited to put that fail video together, but I'm also nervous as hell because I'm like, damn, how am I going to fit like 30 to 40 hours worth of footage like on my hard drive without running out of space, you know? But yeah, I always come up here and loot these 2 like vases because they drop some stuff. And I think we're at about like 2:48 right now with the time. So, I mean, that is not the best time in the world, and if you're doing this a lot better than me with the infinite weapons, you can easily be at like 2 hours, I would say, by the time you reach this part of the game. Like, you can easily be at like 2 hours, but, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So, we're gonna loot this area before we continue here. This is the part where we're going to have to boost Ashley up, and then we're going to have to cover her because enemies are going to start trying to grab her, and then there are going to be enemies down here, and it's going to become a whole just clusterfuck entirely. So, thankfully, this is the last part, so if you made it up here, you only got 1 last tough part to make it through, and then you should be fine. If you're doing just as well as I am with your ammo, you should get through this no problem. So, I think I'm going to craft another flash grenade here. Yeah, it's a good idea to have at least 2 here, I would say, for the guys that get in your face while you're trying to cover Ashley, and then just get a shitload of handgun ammo, because as you're going to see, these guys upstairs that come after Ashley, none of them ever mutate or anything like that, and they only take like 2 or 3 hits to kill with the pistol. So we're going to start off just using the pistol on them. Wait until this guy kind of slows down a little bit so you can get an actual shot on him. And like I said, like they go down in like 3 shots. So at this point I'm pulling the sniper rifle out, and I got lucky and literally hit every single target. Didn't waste a single shot here. There's another guy that's going to start coming down this way. Make sure you take him out. And start to take these guys out so that Ashley can make her way to the next lever, crank, without having to run into as many of them. So here I'm going to use the flash grenade. I'm going to use my knife to take out the shield guy. Our knife is done now at this point, though, so we have to use our weapons to basically like take care of these guys. And this part right here is like a back and forth where Ashley is more than likely going to get grabbed as you're trying to clear these guys out. I always try to clear these guys out down here because I do think they kind of stop coming at a certain point or chill out at a certain point. I like to clear these guys out as best as I can, But then also keep in mind, like, if Ashley's getting carried away, you know, don't lag on that too much. And I actually shot a axe out of the air there, which was insane. If you guys saw that, like, literally, that was one of the most insane axe deflections ever. I think I've ever had in this game. So here I had my submachine gun ammo. I should have parried that, but I didn't react soon enough, and I was able to get the famous suplex there, which was awesome. And yeah, I think, like I said, at this point, I think the guys down here on our floor are gonna chill out and they aren't gonna send as many of them at you, but there are gonna be guys that are gonna keep trying to grab Ashley. So at this point, it's just a game of covering Ashley. If you start to run out of ammo here, run around, grab this gunpowder, all this stuff that this guy dropped, that these guys dropped. Use everything you have at your disposal. Make sure you heal, because you never know. And yeah, we should be fine at this point. At this point, we're pretty much done. We're in the home stretch. So this guy was very kind in that he started to carry Ashley in the direction that I actually need her to go. And it's pretty much in the bag at this point. I don't know why I always say that. Is that an actual saying? I need someone to comment down below and, like, actually confirm that. But, I mean, if you can't, then whatever, it's fine. So, here, yeah, we pretty much did it. We're always going to take out the guys that are closer to her. Don't worry about the guys that are farther away from her, because these enemies are slow. You know, I'm pretty much out of ammo and resources at this point. You more than likely will be as well. If you're doing this the same way that I am and you're struggling, you're probably going to be very low on ammo when you get through this part. So as soon as Ashley jumps down, make sure she's following you, like, close behind. And yeah, at this point, we're pretty much done. So that's it. That's the end of Chapter 7. We're at 250 now with our time. And yeah, like I said, I was somehow able to make it through the next chapter in, like, literally, like, 10 to 12 minutes. It was insane. So I'm going to start wrapping up the commentary here. If you guys enjoyed this, please comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. I hope you did enjoy this. And yeah, next time we will be doing the next chapter. So I'll see you guys then. Peace.
This way.
Okay.
Hey, you sure you're good?
Yeah.
Looks like the right place. You okay?
I think so. Instead of worrying about her, worry about your own skin. Foolish little lamb.